All right, welcome back. Thank you for checking this video out. My name is Rich Philippone. You are checking out Six String Fun. Another song tutorial today. Somewhat of an easy song, I think. A song that I've played in a couple of my bands, and it goes over pretty well live. More of a country tune. It's a song, if my information is correct here, if I remember correctly from when I first went back and started learning about this song. Number one title is called Wagon Wheel. You probably know the song from Darius Rucker, covering it back in 2013, I guess it was. But prior to that, song was written, I think co-written actually, by Bob Dylan and then a member or two from the Old Crow Medicine Show band. So, but I would say probably once Darius Rucker did it, probably, I think it went to number one on the country charts. So that's really when it peaked, I guess. So, but it's pretty straightforward. I think we're looking at 4 chords total. Again, I'm going to call them out by the open shape, so I would call that a G, even though it's actually an A in theory. But as we have the capo on 2, that's going to change the key of everything. So I'm going to just call it out by the shape, just so it's easier to kind of take a look at, even though I know, that's an A, it's in the key of A, basically. But it's the G shape, it is the D shape, E minor shape, and the C shape. And that's really it. And then the only difference is you're just played, some of the pieces of the song are just played a little bit differently. So, what we'll do is we'll take a closer look at this and give you an idea how it's done. Okay, so let's take a closer look at Wagon Wheel. 4 chords. The only difference is that in some sections you'll be using all 4 chords, and in other sections you'll be using 3 of the 4 chords. So that might be the hardest part of the song, because now your mind has to start thinking about not just playing 4 chords over and over again, but just the subtle changes. So again, key of A actually, because again, as I mentioned, capo's on the 2nd fret, but I'm going to be calling out these chords just in terms of their shapes. So G shape, D shape, E minor, C shape. Even though I know that this is the A, it's a key of A, an F sharp minor, a D, and then an E, right? So really the song, your verse, or I should say your intro, your verse, your chorus, really the entire song is just one pattern if you can remember it. What I tend to do also is I will accent certain chords and certain notes, being that it's just an acoustic guitar, just to kind of give it some flavor. So, but let's go through and I'll walk you through. So we're going to start off on the G. So what did I do there? Is again pretty straightforward. I'm playing a G shape, I'm going into the E shape, and I'm adding my pinky for the suspended chord, right? Then I'm going to that minor, E minor shape, to the C. And then when I go to that C, what I tend to do is I kind of just play around with that B string. So I'll tend to lift my index finger up off of that B string, give it kind of that open sound, go back, add my pinky to the, again, if the capo's at the nut, to the 3rd fret, 1st fret. So just kind of walking it up and then back down, basically. That's what I'm doing. So let's do it again. So that first time around, I'm just kind of, like I said, I'm just kind of playing with that one part of it, right? But when you play it the 2nd time around, we're taking a chord out of there, right? We're going to take out the minor chord. So it's just going to be the G, the D shape, and that C shape, which is where I add the hammers and the pulls. So let's go start to finish, okay? So if you can do that, you just learn the entire song. That's all it is. So you just have to remember that order of operations, basically, where it's 4 chords, and then down to 3. And all you're doing is when you're taking that E minor out, the E shape minor out, you're just holding the C shape for twice as long. So the G shape stays the same, D shape is the same, you're just holding this for 2 measures now instead of just the 1. Okay? All right, so now that could get kind of boring at times. You know, again, you're just playing the same thing over and over again. There are certain areas of that song where the dynamics go up and down, right? So I think it's coming out of the second chorus where it's I guess it's coming out of the break going into one of the choruses where it's you know, you don't have to strum on, you can kind of do. So you get it. So the dynamics makes the song huge as well. I mean, you don't want to. So listen to the song, listen for those breaks, make it your own. You know, maybe you got something different you want to do. Kind of run some. You know, you can run in little fills here and. Right, so make it your own. That's what's cool about these songs. I mean, you can take an acoustic guitar, do what you need to with them, and then you're all set. So, you know, that's how I go about, you know, playing this song for the most part. All right, so that's basically it. Like I said, you know, you're looking at 4 chords. It's just the arrangement of a couple of those areas for the chorus and the verse. That's really it. So just a matter of listening to the song, listen to the Darius Rucker version. That's what I've done. And just check it out. I think if you're just beginning or if you're intermediate, this is probably an easy tune for you to get to know and play pretty well. As I mentioned, it's pretty much straight open chords. That's really it. So give it a shot. If you like this video, definitely like it. Hit the bell because, again, I'm trying to put content out, you know, 3 or 4 videos a week at this point. So, you know, you'll be alerted when there's something new coming down the road. And just subscribe. You know, it's great to see people subscribing. I'm trying to just, you know, help you guys out as best I can. So definitely, you know, come back, check out some more stuff, and we'll see you down the road.